When a decorated fire captain was gunned down on a rural county road in Texas, his wife, Chacey Poynter, turned up as the only witness to the shooting. On this week's 48 Hours, in her first television interview, Chacey talks about what happened on the night her husband was murdered.
On September 9th, 2016, a desperate 911 call triggered a swift response from the Royce City, Texas Police Department.
Okay, calm down.
Police body cameras captured the moments after the caller, Chacey Poynter, dialed 911.
What's going on?
My husband, he went to go help me. My Jeep is stuck in the back around the corner, and he's been shot in the head, please.
Sergeant Shane Meek tried to make sense of Chacey's story.
Tell us what happened.
I heard a shot, and the Jeep started rolling, and I didn't see anything, and I saw a shadow. That's all I saw.
No, was it your husband? What's his name?
Robert Poynter.
Chacey told Sergeant Meek she called her husband Robert, a decorated fire captain, after her Jeep got stuck in thick mud.
That's my husband's blood on me.
And as soon as that shot, he slumped over into the passenger seat.
Chacey is telling her story for the first time.
When I'm awake, I see his face. When I'm asleep, I see it. It hurts.
That night, Sergeant Meek had a hunch that Chacey knew more than she was saying.
That some guy just happened to be standing in the shadows of the trees to step out and shoot this guy point blank in the head with a gun just didn't make sense.
Also not making sense was what Chacey told Sergeant Meek about what she was up to before her husband's murder that night.
I was at a friend's house.
Whose house was that?
Michael Garza.
Are you and Michael Garza dating or anything like that? Do y'all have a relationship?
Yes, we had sex, obviously.
Later, at the police station, Chacey was confronted by Detective Michael Burke.
I think you're full of crap. I want to pull the trigger.
I don't know who pulled the trigger.
Well, see, I think you do.
He was right.
Who killed your husband?
My husband.
Chacey and Michael Garza were charged in Robert Poynter's death. Prosecutor Jeff Kovacs.
This is a case about sex, lies, money, and murder.
48 Hours correspondent Peter Van Sant joins me now with more on the case. That's amazing video of her there sort of telling the story in the moments afterwards. But you actually went to the crime scene.
Yes.
What made police suspicious when they went to the crime scene?
Talk about a back road in Texas. This is one of these farm to market roads. It's a broken road full of deep ruts. It's not made for anyone's car. It's for tractors or tanks or some sort of treaded vehicle. And the fact that her vehicle was stuck in the mud down there didn't make any sense to anybody.
Why was she saying they went down that way?
She said she took a wrong road, even though she knew that area very well, had lived there for years. She was going to go meet her husband at a Jack in the Box restaurant to try to have a reconciliation talk. She claims she got stuck in the mud, calls him, says, I can't make it, Jack in the Box, can you come here? He comes out to meet her and gets shot on this lonely, broken road.
So the video was really something, because you often don't see people sort of moments after something like that happens.
Incredible video, all high def, 3 different angles. It's incredible.
She's like hyperventilating as she's talking. What role did that video play in this case?
It played a big role because unusually, instead of talking about what she had just witnessed, she kept talking about the state of her marriage, that he was a bad guy, that he had been abusive. And that was such a red flag for investigators. And also during the course of it, there's this Sergeant Shane Meek who was there. He said he just felt this was a performance, this pant breathing constantly. He just didn't buy it.
So, I mean, I'm surprised that her attorneys let you talk to her. What was her defense?
Her defense basically is she didn't pull the trigger, but over a number of hours of interrogation, she ends up revealing who did. She knows who the killer is. And you're just going to have to watch Saturday night.
Oh, Peter Van Sant. Well, you know what? I hear it's going to snow here in the Northeast. Perfect night to stay in.
Perfect night for 48 hours. It's a great Texas tale, I'm telling you.
It really sounds like it. Thank you so much, Peter.
Thank you.
You can watch Peter Van Sant's 48 Hours report, Chacey Poynter, Witness to Murder, tomorrow night at 9 Central on CBS.